Oh, well, what a massive Serie A match day we've got to look forward to today. Good to have you with us, everybody. I'm Poppy Miller alongside Matteo Bonetti, Tony Miola and Marco Messina. I don't even know where we should start today, Matteo, because there's so many headlines. We've got the Derby della Madonnina later on today. But how about we start in Rome? Because what? Daniele De Rossi has been sacked? Madness, isn't it? Are you surprised?
I'm very surprised, and I think everyone who's a fan of Roma should be surprised. I think this American ownership, right? When you think of the old school Italian president, right? Think of like Zamparini, the guy from Genoa. What was his name?
Percassi?
No, forget it. People who would sack
Preziosi
would sack all these managers after a month, after 2 months, and be so hot-headed and not level-headed with these decisions. The Friedkins, who were supposed to bring stability, who said, right, a few months ago, we're going to give this guy a 3-year deal. We're going to re-sign him. He had his trial period post-Jose Mourinho, and he did well, right? The team played better than they did under Jose Mourinho. You get all these players in the summer, players that would supposedly fit De Rossi's system, and you don't just sack him a month into the season, but you get a guy, Ivan Juric, who has never managed at a big club like this, who Torino got way better now this season after moving on from him, and who doesn't play with wingers when all the wingers is your best players that you have with Sule and Dybala and all these guys. So it is so short-sighted. It feels like they have no plan in place whatsoever, and you're just left scratching your head saying, how can they be so reactionary? Have we not learned from past mistakes?
And on top of that, they've now got all of the Roma fans absolutely furious, and they're going to protest today.
They're not. There's a sign right outside of the stadium that says, "If you love Roma, you're going to boycott the first 30 minutes of this match."
Wow.
De Rossi's a son of Rome. De Rossi, an icon, but besides just the player part, even the coach as well, did not deserve to be treated in this way. For me, pure incompetence at the highest level. There's for sure problems in the back room where we even see today their CEO, Lina, who is apparently the one that decided to sack him, she resigned today because, which I don't stick up for this, but she was receiving death threats from the Roma fans. It is unbelievable to me that he signed 3 years, June 25th, and now you sack the coach. I get that he doesn't have a win in this season, but look at the facts. They signed 4 players on the last days of the Mercato. He hasn't had his full team at his disposal until their last game against Genoa. You get rid of a coach like that?
Well,
for me, it's crazy.
It was a last-minute equalizer.
Does it make you think that something else has happened behind the scenes, Tony, just because all of this is so strange and bizarre in the timeline?
I'd like to think not, right? I'd like to think that's not the case, and they thought that this was the right move. But, you know, we keep looking at these last 11 games, right? He only won 1 in the last 11 games. So is he that manager? Or do we go back to the first 11 games when he won 8? Was he that good when he won 8? You took a guy that had managed 17 games in his entire managerial career, and you gave him this job at Rome. What did you expect? That it was just going to go like this the entire time? And what I feel like, and I wonder, I feel like we're in this era where all of these guys, and he goes Xabi Alonso at Leverkusen, right? These heroes are getting these jobs. Now, De Rossi's a different story because he is Rome and he is Roma, right? He is the club. Like no one's been more a bigger proponent, maybe Totti, right? Like so he is the club essentially. And I think in the beginning, we lift them up higher maybe than they should, but in the end, we're so quick to say, well, he really isn't a manager. He's just an ex-player that was a great... So you have to nurture these guys is my point,